Hello, welcome to Math 107. I'd like to take a few minutes maybe, to introduce you to the overview of the course, how we're set up in Blackboard. I'd like to make sure that you're going to get a good start with the technology we use in the class, as well as seeing where the modules and the homework assignments will be as we go through the course. So let me get things going here. First of all, I'd like to bring your attention to the place that you're going to begin the course. A little bit of an introduction about myself, but beyond that, I'd like to start to look at what we have here as the essential items. So there'll be three items that we have under the Start Here tab that I'd like you to look through. The essential items will cover really the core or the backbone of the course, the syllabus, the objectives, and the calendar. So let's take a look here. Inside each of these, I have, let me minimize this a little bit here. I have a copy of the syllabus as well as a voice thread of the major points I'd like you to bring out or to remember from the syllabus. So you can look at the document or click on the voice thread, give you a chance to begin to become familiar with voice thread. We will use it throughout the semester. Other items I'd like you to take a look at here, the course modules, module and course objectives, let me put it that way. Those are listed in the syllabus, but perhaps this might be a way for you to get to them a little quicker if you want to know exactly what it is that you'll be expected to understand through the semester, what I'm really wanting to teach you. The course calendar, I've also created a voice thread on that discussing the important dates, how the course is set up, where you should expect to be from week to week, and how I'd like you to pace your work through the semester. It also gives you a chance to check the important dates here at the beginning of the semester, see how it might line up with work or with family commitments. But again, the backbone of the course, I would want you to start by looking down through these items, taking a look at the voice threads, listening to what I really want you to take away from them. After you get finished with that, I'd like you to take a look at the technology tools that we'll be using in the course. That's our third item. And since we're going to use VoiceThread so much, and also since this is an online course and we don't have the opportunity to meet face-to-face, I'd like you to create an introduction of yourself and post it on this voice thread that I've got here. Essentially, I've let us off. I've got a few things I'd like to say, break the ice. And you'll keep adding your comments on after that so that we can all see them and get to know each other, to get a name with face, and bring in some of that cohesion that you get by going to class in a traditional format. If you're having some trouble though with VoiceThread, you feel unfamiliar with, this is also your chance to click on we have a tutorial here that you can take a look and see how to comment with VoiceThread. This will not be graded. I have that submitting a VoiceThread discussion assignment. This is not something that's graded. This is just for us to get to know each other. But as we go through the course, there will be times where we do submit things, and I just posted all that so that it's a common theme if you want to see either of those or beneath the assignments as we go along. My math lab is another important part of this course. It's how we submit our homework, our quizzes, not our exams though. Exams you'll need to get a proctor for, or if you live in the Evansville area, you need to come on campus and take them in person. But my math lab, if you want to check and make sure that your technology, your browser is up to date and ready for that, just click on this. It'll let you know real quick. We also have a My Math Lab tutorial because when you purchased your textbook, you should have got an access code. This access code needs to be used to link our course in Blackboard up with the My Math Lab, the resources that I've established for you there. So I've got some directions. Mainly what will happen is you'll click on a homework assignment, or you will click on a My Math Lab tab over here on the far left, and what it will do, mine's going to go straight on in since it's already been linked, but it will ask you the first time to enter your access code in, and coming from your textbook, you get yourself established and you'll be ready to go. So give me a moment here. Let me get back to where we were. If you're doing okay getting registered with My Math Lab, don't worry about the item down here, My Math Lab Student Help. That was just another item that might be helpful for you. To be honest with you, if you're having that much difficulty with My Math Lab getting it registered, send me an email. We'll talk through it. I'll be happy to help. The last item we got here, it's just at the very bottom here. This is for video conferencing. This is called Zoom. Let me go ahead and click on it there. That will be what we use for office hours. If you need to contact me, if you need to discuss a question, what we'll do is if you need to get your webcam, you need to have some sort of way of capturing sound, whether it be a headset like I have, or perhaps your webcam has the ability to catch audio. But you'll need to have that. We'll set it up. And in particular, the first time you need to create yourself an account. This will all be free. You don't have to pay for it. But you create an account with Zoom. You download the app onto your computer, and it'll just be another program you can open up whenever you need. And I'll open up a meeting room. You can jump right in there, and then we'll answer questions and answer anything you're having trouble with. Again, it's free. You don't have to pay for this. So that takes care of the items underneath the Start Here tab that I really want you to explore, get a feel for at the beginning of our course. But once we're past that, I want you to keep in mind that there's all sorts of other items over here on the left side and announcements. Right now I've got them all open, but like week number 1 through week number 7. I'll post them week by week so that you know exactly what is due and when it's due. That'll be first homework's due the 20th of October. I also have the textbook readings you'll need to do for that homework. Just a reminder, this early on in the course, we'll not be working with a calculator. We'll make sure you can do the calculations without. And then as we go through the course, if there, as we see in week number 2 here, if there's a quiz coming up, a discussion question, an exam, making sure that there's no surprises. You can essentially see a calendar for the week with the announcements. We saw a calendar for the course earlier, but I'm also going to make it easier to link to, and I will post that over here on the left side. Again, best way to make sure we don't have any surprises is being very open about the due dates and the schedule for the course. The modules are the meat of the course. That's where our learning will go. Let's take a look at those. Each module, let me scroll down just a little bit here, will have this same structure. At the beginning, I will give you an overview, and it will discuss how the objectives for the module will be met using what instructional activities we have. So whether it be something from the homework, I'm sorry, not so much the homework. Let me bring it up, the best way to talk about it. It's almost there. So with module number 1, an example would be adding, subtracting, multiplying, dividing fractions. The textbook readings, I've listed those on the map. The practice sets. Now, please keep in mind as you do the practice sets, the odd numbered sets will always have the solutions in the back. You don't have to do the evens. They're just there because some of them I think are nice problems to do. The essential questions. We'll see this a little later in the module, but I like to provide some extra questions beyond the book to give you a chance to practice. And then I will assess this module objective through the quizzes, the homework, the exam, the discussion question, and it's just a way so you can monitor your learning to know how you're progressing. I don't want there to be any sort of mystery about what we're doing or why we're doing it. So back to the other items of each module. Expect to see some essential questions, and there'll be several items here. As I mentioned earlier, I'm going to give you some extra questions. As you can see here, similar to the textbook, once you've seen those, they'll be similar to those questions, but it's another chance for you to practice. They're not the same. I'll post the key to those, how I've worked them out. You can see. Check your answers to all of them. And then this item down here, I'm not going to click on it right now, but I've went through and I've created a video talking about how I'd solve them. So if it's not working for you to see them solutions worked out on in the key, just seeing the image of it, you can listen to me talk through them as I work the problems out. So meant to be lots of resources here for you. All of our assessments, I'll post into this online assessment tab. So up here at the top, you've got a way to see the dates again for when things are due. Another opportunity for us not to miss a due date. Your homework can be accessed using these tabs. It'll take you straight into My Math Lab. Same thing for the quiz. I've arranged them in order of when they're due. So homework 1, quiz 1, then homework 2. The discussion questions, I've got lots to talk about there. You can see how I'll grade them. You can see the rubric if you want to check that out. You can read through there and see what I'm asking you to do. It's essentially taking your work experience and describing how you see the concepts we've learned in the module being applied in day-to-day nursing. Again, if you're having some trouble with VoiceThread, you got a chance to see how to comment in there again. Let's go back another. Supplemental resources. Some units will have these. If I've seen videos that would be helpful, another way for you to hear the material. Sometimes I can find a really good video, and rather than me trying to repeat it, I'll link it in there, and Khan Academy has several good resources for fractions. Every module will be set up in this manner: the overview, the essential questions, online assessments, and then resources, supplemental resources, if you should need them. So once again, we're looking at module 2, similar idea. Dosage calculations, module number 3. We got that repetitive structure, so that be something you get used to. On the left side again, we've got some tools that we can take a look at here. My Math Lab, a way to link into it. You can check your grades. If you want to know how you're doing, there's a quick tab to do that. Technology support, another tool if you're having difficulties using a piece of technology. And if you need to send me an email, there's another way to get to me. Hopefully by that point you've got an email from me already and you can just reply to it. That's the essential overview for the course to give you an idea how it's set up. Once you've looked through the stuff under the Start Here tab, I encourage you to take a look at the announcements for week 1 and maybe begin to break into that first lesson with the module number 1 basics and have a good time. I'm looking forward to teaching this semester. Always encourage questions, and if I can be of any help, please let me know.